welcome to Complete with DLC, the only show that comes with face petting. I'm one of your hosts, Jacob Griffin, and sitting across from me is the Boston Brawler, Brad Knight. Brad, how you doing?
Not too bad. I almost choked on my coffee because you said face petting as soon as I was drinking, and it sounds so much funnier in person than it does on paper.
How's your week been?
Not too bad. Kind of busy, getting back into the school rhythm, but I'm enjoying it.
School has pretty much taken over my life, and I can't stand it.
Yeah, for me, the first couple of weeks are the easiest because a lot of the instructors are very easy on you. Like, they don't give any work or it's all the introductory stuff. But, 3 or 4 weeks in is when they really hit you. So I'm kind of dreading that.
Yeah. I have a night class tonight, and I'm pretty much dreading that. I had to clear my throat. Night class is just, I don't know why. The idea of a night class just bothers me.
I love night classes. I was at our local college. I think I was meeting with a professor. I forget why I was there. And just, I don't know, it seemed so much better to be there at 5 or 6 o'clock at night rather than 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning when I usually have to go there.
The only advantage I could see to it is that I'm wide awake and I would definitely go at night.
Yeah.
That's the problem with a lot of times going to classes that are early in the morning is motivating myself to get up.
Yeah, I feel like me getting there isn't the problem. It's me paying attention once I'm there.
That too.
Because all right, I need to go there. I'll get up and I'll go. But once I'm there, I'm all right, I'm here. I fulfilled my purpose. I'm gonna daydream for the next hour.
A lot of my classes, they seem to at least this semester seem to be more hands off, sit back sort of thing. So I can
lectures.
So I can zone out a lot of times, and that bothers me because then I'm not really learning anything. I'm just I'm fulfilling my seat filling role,
becoming a part of the furniture.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what can you do?
I don't know.
At least be a nice piece of furniture.
Exactly. It's be a nice mahogany chair.
Exactly. It's my goal in life.
Solidly built. This thing won't break, and if it does, it's gonna break 100 years from now.
Exactly. Your grandkids will break because they were jumping on it like they shouldn't have been.
Exactly.
That was Grandpa's special chair, and you broke it.
You told them not to jump on it, but then they kept jumping, and then you yell at them, and then the mother gets mad, and you're like, "Listen, Denise, you got to get these kids to stop jumping on the chair."
Oh, God.
I don't know what just happened there. We should move into what we're playing this week.
Okay.
Brad, what games have you been playing this week? Tell the big, beautiful kids.
All right. So, I think I'm on a list now because I just heard you say big, beautiful kids. But, like I said last week, I'll report every week on Blade and Soul because I'm going to try to play that as much as I can.
Blade and Soul update.
Yes, and unfortunately, my biggest problem with the game right now is I can't play it because the wait times to get into the servers are ridiculous. Usually, I have to get really lucky, where as soon as you sign in, you click, open the game, you sign into your character, and then just pray you don't get hit in a waiting line. Because, you'll go in and be like, oh, there are 6 premium members waiting, and 2,000 non-premium members waiting.
So it's a lot like if you go to an amusement park and people buy Fast Pass.
Yes, and if you see even 2 premium members, I'm like, okay, this wait is going to be 30 minutes plus, so I guess I'm not playing right now, which sucks. But other than that, the time I have been able to play, it's really, really fun. I'm sitting at about level 16 right now, whereas last episode I was level 2, so I've had quite a bit of playing time. It's progressing like a standard MMO. Nothing spectacular, but it's keeping my interest because the combat is very fluid, more akin to, I would say, a WildStar type of MMO than a World of Warcraft, which is a nice change of pace for me because WoW was my biggest MMO. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'll keep updating once I get to the max level and try out some of the dungeons and stuff. But other than that, I've been playing some Star Wars Battlefront because we'll be talking about that later in the news, and I wanted to reacquaint myself with it.
Good game. Could be better.
Yeah, it's solid B plus, I would say. I played Droid Run for the first time.
Do you like it?
It's not bad actually. It's okay. I've had a few games that end almost immediately, and some that feel like they take forever. So I feel like they could probably do a better job of balancing the length of the games. Walker Assault still is probably my least favorite game mode.
Which is weird because it seems like it'd be the best one because it's the one that's literally just a scene from Star Wars, essentially.
It's honestly, the one on Endor, I hate.
Oh, yeah, the one on Endor is... I honestly, I love the look of the Endor map, but I can't stand the Endor map.
Yeah,
because you get caught on, everything.
Yeah, or
even if you're just a person.
Somebody is in one of the Ewok tree houses and shoots you with a bowcaster, and you never see them coming. Yeah, Droid Run was okay. I would say it's better than Walker Assault. My favorite is still the Squadron one, the all ship.
I like that one a lot.
I love that game mode.
I'm a big fan of heroes versus villains.
That one was pretty fun.
Where it's like, just explaining for the audience, where it's like 3 heroes on one team, 3 villains in the other, and the other 3 spots are filled up by just like regular soldiers.
It sucks if you're one of those regular soldiers, though.
No, I still have a good time because I at least know that it's nice because every other round you become a hero. So
yeah,
you know.
And I mean,
sometimes you get lucky and you get like 4 rounds in a row where you get to be a hero.
Yeah,
which happened to me one time.
And sometimes you're Palpatine and you're like, all right, well, I guess I'm sitting out this round, guys.
Yeah, and I keep getting put as Palpatine. You know who's wicked overpowered in that game, and I never would have thought of it, is Leia.
Yeah, Leia's actually really good.
She's like super overpowered. Like
Yeah.
I used to hate playing as Leia because I always wanted to play as either Han or Luke. Actually, I don't like playing as the lightsaber characters. I think they die way too quick.
Yeah, I don't like Darth Vader. Luke's okay, but
Luke runs. He's got some speed.
he sprints. Like, he's in a hurry. He's got to get somewhere.
I wish I could do front flips because I would just front flip everywhere as Luke because he runs that fast where you could get a front flip going.
Oh, absolutely. He's late for a very important date.
Then he just gets that weird like hovering thing.
I thought Boba Fett was a lot better than I thought he was going to be.
I love Boba Fett.
No Sarlacc pits, though, so I guess he's safe.
Yeah, which is weird because it's a Tatooine map and you figure you'd come across a
Yeah, it's called Jakku.
Although, no. I see what you did there. You're making fun of the fact that Jakku is just Tatooine.
I am.
Well, later on in the news, we're going to find out something that maybe a Sarlacc pit might come because there's a map that's coming.
Yes.
That could feature. What was I going to say, though, about Battlefront with that?
I have no idea.
Oh, you know when you play as Palpatine and you can do that weird little twirl move?
Yeah.
I thought that they just made that up for the game and it was something stupid that they put in because they didn't know what to put in for Palpatine. That's in episode 3.
Yes.
I completely didn't know that until I watched that scene where he goes and fights, like... What does he fight? He fights Mace Windu and all those guys, and he just takes all those other 2 like they're punks.
Yeah, and Mace Windu dies a very unheroic death.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm not the only one here, but I feel like whenever I play as Palpatine, I immediately have to do a Palpatine impression. Like, I have to. I don't know why.
I even feel like I have to do that when my friend is playing as Palpatine.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
I'm just like, Lord Vader, rise. Or I do the thing from episode 3 where he's like, complete power, and shoot the lightning at people.
And then you die because he sucks.
Yeah, exactly, because he's like the worst one to play as.
Yeah. I honestly, I feel like a cheerleader. Like, I'm sitting in the background just twirling around doing a little spin move and dropping health.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm going to come up with a Palpatine cheer.
Here's your health.
Yeah. Hey, I'm participating.
I'm participating. I would love that at the end of the game when they gave you a participation trophy. They're like...
Little star that says you tried.
Yeah, it's a little cake they put up. It's like, at least you tried.
But yeah, other than that, the usual Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, Fallout 4, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What have you been playing this week, Jacob? Your game's always more fun than mine.
This is not as fun because it's just going to be... Every night this week I've played Rainbow Six Siege.
Really? You're into that game, huh?
Like from like 5 o'clock at night till like 11 o'clock. Or even sometimes midnight and later.
Wow.
And we have a full squad of 5 because I've talked every one of my friends into buying that game, so I constantly have a full squad of 5.
They must love you.
Oh yeah, they get so. My friend Zach gets so stressed out in that game when it gets down to like him. He's like, oh god, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It feels like it sounds weird to say, but it's one of those like tactical shooters that can feel very stressful.
Honestly, like, and this is gonna be the most surprising thing. It's the only first person shooter I've been good at in like 10 years.
It plays very differently than all the other first-person shooters. Like, when you think first-person shooting, oh, Call of Duty.
It's very slow.
Yeah, it is.
It's very slow-paced, which I like, actually.
Yeah.
It gives you some time to, like...
I think it's a nice contrast. Like, I don't need these exosuits jumping around like, you know...
I don't need to be running on walls.
Yeah, like, I'm not on speed. Like, come on. I'm a regular person.
I can just be a SWAT guy, and I'm fine with it. It's crazy fun, though. I love that game.
It looks really, really fun. I want to get into it, but I don't have enough people to...
And don't get me wrong, I was the number one person who couldn't stand this game because mainly the beta gave me a really bad
I remember
impression.
a few episodes back when it was in beta, you were...
It was like, I think it was like, I want to say like the first or second episode, it was in beta.
Yeah, it was...
And I came back and I was just like trying to play the Rainbow Six Siege beta. Yeah. And even then when I played it, I didn't have that much fun because all I could play was Terrorist Hunt, which even, like, Terrorist Hunt is fun, but if you play by yourself, it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
So... There's no...
It's a game to play with friends, much like The Division seems to be.
Oh, speaking of which, I have to pre-order that because the beta starts today.
It does.
So
Today, as of this recording.
yeah, I wanna play that beta. I found out you can cancel pre-orders on the Xbox Game Store, so I don't have to go to GameStop to do it.
Nice.
So yeah,
I don't. I feel like people. I don't know why I say people. Developers know what people do with the canceled pre-orders. Like, oh, if you pre-order the game, you get the beta, but you can cancel the pre-order.
So here's the thing, right? Is with like I want to do it just to get the beta, really.
Yeah.
Because I want to play the beta with my friends who also get the beta. But I'm so against going to GameStop at this point in my life that
It's a time commitment.
no, it's not. It's not even just that it's a time commitment. It's that it's on the other side of the city. So I'd have to get all the way to the other side of the city. Then I'd be in there, and it'd be about 45 minutes for something that should be just a 10-second transaction.
Yeah.
Where I say, here's my $5, I want to pre-order the Division. Then they ask me if I want to pre-order 20 other games, which I don't want to pre-order. Then they're like, here's my social security number, open a checking account in my name so that way you can pre-order more games.
Yeah.
Then they're like, why don't you come to my house for dinner, and then I'll give you your pre-order slip. And it's just like, I just want to get in and out of here and pre-order this. So now that I can just do it on Xbox and found out that you can cancel pre-orders, it's great. Because I just want to play the beta to see if I like it. And if I don't like it, then I'm going to cancel my pre-order.
Yeah, it's a sign that the physical brick and mortar stores are.
It's just a hassle. That's the thing. Like, if they weren't such a hassle, I'd go to GameStop every time because it's easier, you know? Like, I wouldn't have to spend the full $60 right now to pre-order the Division. I could just spend $5.
I feel like what's really keeping them afloat is the memorabilia, the merchandise, things like the amiibos and like the lightsabers.
Honestly, they must love the fact that like Disney and Lego and everything made these toy games.
Oh
where
yeah,
you have to buy.
They're
things.
swimming in cash
They
because
must
of
be.
it.
They also must love that Rock Band came back. And like Guitar Hero, because you have to actually.
Yeah, your
go
bill
to
is going to be
$1,265.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here, you bought 4 amiibos, and you bought 3 Disney Infinity toys, and you bought Rock Band 4, so that's going to be $10,000.
Sir, you just put a down payment on my car. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Imagine if they made commission. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Honestly, if they just made commission on just selling regular games, they'd make a pretty penny.
Hey, $60 a pop?
Yeah, even if they just sold consoles all the time, too, which I'm sure every day someone goes in there and buys a console.
But at
least one person.
The pre-owned ones? Absolutely.
Yeah, even if it's pre-owned or even if they're buying a new one. Like, I'm sure people save up and then once they get their amount, they go and buy it. Yeah. And that's like probably an everyday event. I mean, don't get me wrong, the majority of their sales are probably on software.
I think as time goes on, we're going to see less and less physical like games in the store and just more memorabilia.
You know what I think my problem is, too, with GameStop? Is GameStop has a monopoly on the game store market. There's no other game stores out there. Like, I could go to Walmart, but I don't want to go to Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart's the kind of place you go to where you have to pick up 6 other things, and then you'll go check out the electronics section while you're there. Exactly. It's not something you go to Walmart to pick up a game for.
Or I could go to Target, but once again, it's kind of the same thing.
It's a high-class Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm probably more likely to go to Target because I'd like to see my friend because he works there.
Yeah.
But I also just like... That's weird. As I get older, I'm becoming more and more of a hermit, and I don't want to leave my house. So it also just affects that, where I'm just like, I really just don't want to leave today.
Yeah, I've been a hermit my whole life, so it's a nice change of pace to see people joining me in the hermit lifestyle.
Yeah, if I could stay home all day and just play video games and do whatever and get paid for it, I would. PewDiePie's living the dream.
Yeah, making $10 million a year or whatever he's making.
Yeah, dude's living.
And I'm not exaggerating either. He literally makes millions and millions.
Believe me, I know. Believe me,
ridiculous.
I know.
But
we've gone way past what we were playing because we got into a rant.
It happens.
Yeah,
we do it a lot.
It's fine. It's a diversion. Who cares?
It's a division.
Tom Clancy's The Diversion.
Yeah. Coming 2018.
No, it will come like 3 years after 2018 because you'll say it's coming in 2018. There'll be 3 delays. Why don't we get into that news then? Because it's a weird one this week. Brad, read me some of that news over there that you got on that little sheet.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell by the little intro, it's gonna be a weird one.
Let's get weird, everybody.
Yeah. So, face petting. It's a thing.
Right. I've seen videos.
Yeah. So, The new Fire Emblem game, the Fire Emblem Fates, it's getting localized.
Right.
It's released on February 19th, so it's in like 3 weeks. It's pretty soon.
Close. Pretty close.
But they're doing some localization changes. And for those of you who don't know what that means, localization is when you have to change something about a game so it can be released in certain areas. Like if your game has anything with a swastika, they're not going to sell it in Germany, so you got to remove it.
Also, stuff like translating the game and stuff like that.
Yeah, like translations.
Localization.
If you have any skeletons, that's a no-go in China. You got to get rid of the skeletons.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. But there are quite a few things getting changed for a Western release for the Fire Emblem titles. And the only things we were able to get specifics on was there was a scene in the game where the protagonist alludes to drugging a party member.
All right, yeah, that's kind of a no-go, I think.
Yeah, so that's getting removed for the Western release.
Right.
Staying in the Japanese release, but...
yeah, because Japanese people have weird games where you, like, take women away on a train and do stuff to them.
Yeah, I'll get more into that in a minute. The other thing that the only specific we got was the ability to pet the faces of your party members using the touchpad of the DS. That is getting removed for the Western release.
Why?
And people are upset about this, believe it or not.
Well, all right. I don't know why they're upset about it, because that doesn't make any sense. But I'm saying, like...
Why is it there in the first place?
No, not why is it there in the first place.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Why is it getting taken out? There's no reason for it to get taken out. It's not like a bad thing.
Because it's weird.
It's not like he's petting something else.
I don't know. Maybe that's just step one. I don't want DLC where you're petting other things.
With the touchpad.
Yeah. But they asked for more specifics, but Nintendo said no. The only thing they told us was, you might have heard somewhat misinterpreted or exaggerated information about the Japanese original game. But even in the Japanese original version, we have not included any features which are considered inappropriate in Japan. Having said that, however, making changes are not unusual when we localize games, and we have indeed made changes in these games. Now, when he says, which are considered appropriate in Japan, that is a very high bar you're setting, because there are some weird things that are considered appropriate in Japan. Not to knock on the Japanese, because, it's just different cultures.
In Japan, they have vending machines where you can buy used girls' underwear.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's real, but I'm pretty sure it's a joke on tourists, because I don't think anybody actually buys those.
You never know.
I don't want to know, actually.
That's true. I don't want to know, really. But...
Yeah, but we've seen this kind of thing before. A few episodes ago, we had the Dead or Alive... Not Dead or Alive. Was it Dead or Alive?
Yeah, it was DOA.
The extreme volleyball thing.
Is not coming to America.
Is not coming to America because it has far too realistic boob physics.
Which, I don't know why. I like the volleyball.
Listen, we're in America. We think of the children, okay? No boobs in our video games.
Don't get me wrong. In America, we love realistic boob physics.
Not in our video games.
We hated Lara Croft back in the day because she had pointy boobs.
Yes.
Now Lara Croft, she's great.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. But when picking between the two, we always go for the Mortal Kombat and not the sex simulators. Or whatever you want to call this volleyball.
Mortal Kombat has like the same exact boob physics as DOA.
It is, but it's more of
it's not focused on it.
Yeah, it's getting a chainsaw through rather than playing volleyball.
That's the thing. I think that's the problem is that they don't have a literal series of games that's like Mortal Kombat Volleyball Extreme.
Give it a
where
couple
all
years.
The girl characters are just in bikinis the whole time.
Yeah, so after I found the story, I was curious. I'm like, are people like actually mad that this thing is going? Because it seems like a stupid feature.
Did you look into it?
I did. And I'm sorry that I did, but I did.
I have a question. When you looked up... I'm going to assume that you looked up mad face petting, and you got a lot of weird videos that you didn't want to see.
Yeah, PSA to our viewers. If you Google Fire Emblem face petting, you find a lot of other things that are not Fire Emblem face petting. So just...
Wait, is face petting a sex thing?
It's literally you're petting their face.
Oh, that's not
like they're a dog.
That's probably not that bad. I could pet your face right now if I wanted to, and it wouldn't be that bad.
People have pet my face. It's the beard, I think. I don't know what it is.
I had a girlfriend one time who liked my beard, and she touched my face.
Brag about it.
I'm not bragging about it. I'm just telling the story. I thought it was odd too.
It is. I'm not a dog. Don't pet me. But yeah, people are actually upset that not because this particular feature is going, but because the scene where he alludes to drugging a party member, it says that like they're changing parts of the story, whereas they prefer that the story would remain intact. And of course they're upset they're not getting the same game as the Japanese.
And then just import the Japanese one. Are 3DS's region locked? I don't know.
I don't think they're region locked, but it would be in Japanese if you don't speak.
I'm sure there's a translated version in it that you can at least get. I don't know. Does Fire Emblem have voice acting in it?
Yeah, I actually, that's a good question. I don't know.
If it doesn't have voice acting in it, and it's
I made very sure to click on any audio links about face petting.
if it's just text, then I would assume that there's a translated version. Because I don't know if you know this, Brad. There are people who live in Japan who speak English.
That is true. Yes.
So I would assume that they have a way of accommodating those people as well.
If they would prefer an English release, yeah.
Exactly.
I imagine.
Maybe if the English is their first language and they're not, too keen on reading Japanese, but they can
yes,
speak
because
it.
Japanese is one of those languages where reading and writing are two totally different things.
You mean reading and speaking? You said reading and writing.
Oh. Yes, I meant reading and speaking.
Yeah, reading and speaking are two different things. So, maybe they can speak Japanese pretty fluently, but they can't read it. So
maybe there is. I didn't look into.
I'm sure there is. Yeah. If I had to guess.
Yeah, I didn't look into it because after 20 minutes of looking at
face petting, you were mesmerized and you kept looking.
I was
even
entranced.
More.
I'm moving to Japan. It's final. But
CWD takes Japan. It's like the Bad News Bears.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not overly upset about it. Kind of the same way I wasn't overly upset about the DOA Extreme Volleyball coming.
I was, because I enjoy the jet skis.
Oh, yes. Of course. But, this, people are kind of taking this out of proportion. They think it's like, oh, it's going to get worse from here. First, it's one scene is gone, and, then we're getting a whole different game. Like, no, calm down.
Here's the thing with this, and people getting upset about it. There's probably years where stuff like this was happening.
And we just had no idea.
Nobody released a press release about it.
Yeah.
They just changed stuff and didn't know. So honestly, a lot of those Fire Emblem games that you play could be the completely different version, but you love those games still anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's what the internet's done to us. The internet has made us jaded.
The internet has introduced face petting, is what it's done to me, and I regret that immensely.
But, so how many nights in a row did you watch face petting videos?
3, but I'm kidding. But anyway, let's get back into some normal news.
Right.
We have a couple weird ones coming up, so don't worry. There's more weird for everybody.
I love weird.
But as you mentioned earlier in the What We're Playing section, Star Wars Battlefront is getting a DLC.
Right.
And it's free, so don't worry. There's no pay.
Yeah, it's just this first one.
Yes. Well, second one, because the Jakku.
Jakku technically counts as one.
Yes. So the content will add support for Blast, Droid Run, Drop Zone, Hero Hunt, and Heroes vs. Villains. The multiplayer mode to the Tatooine survival map, which will now be called Raider Camp.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they call it Sand People?
Because that's racist, Brad.
I mean...
That's a racist term. But the Sand People will return, and in greater numbers. Oh, that's going to give us a richer harmony. Oh, yeah, it's going to sound great. Is that Family Guy bit?
Yes, I have. So the update will also add Hoth-themed outfits for Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, unlocked by players completing the game's Heroes Holiday Community Mission last month.
Heroes Holiday Community Mission?
That's what it says.
Didn't even know about that. Haven't played that game in months.
I didn't know about that either, which is odd, because I didn't see anything on the menu for it. Maybe I'm just blind.
I assume it's past the holiday.
Maybe. The update will also include balancing tweaks to weapons and modes, an introduction of daily challenges and community events, and the ability for players to create private matches. So the balance updates, which I'll get to in a minute.
Oh, that's awesome. Because they didn't have private matches.
No, they didn't have private matches.
The crap out of me.
That was one of the big things people wanted, was they wanted private matches.
You know what bothers me is the way you join your friends in that game. Like, it doesn't just take your whole party with you the second you get into a game. You have to, get into a game, and then they have to join on you.
Yeah, it's
weird. So people can fill in quicker than they can join sometimes.
Which seems like a design flaw.
Yeah, that is a huge design flaw because, we've had games for years where...
Yeah, where you just join the party as a party. But, I'll get more into the balancing tweaks in a minute. But the next free update, which will hit in February, is going to add a new survival mission on Hoth, a new Hoth multiplayer map that will support larger game modes, including Walker Assault, Supremacy, Fighter Squadron, and Turning Point. The game will also expand the Turning Point game mode for play on all maps that currently support Walker Assault and Supremacy.
Yeah, because Turning Point's only on Jakku right now, I think.
Yeah. So it's going to get on all the maps, all the larger maps that support Walker Assault and Supremacy.
Right.
And for those of you who bought the Season Pass and you want to know, well, why am I paying for the Season Pass? Where's my DLC? The paid DLC, the first paid DLC, is going to be in March. And it's called The Outer Rim. The fight among the factories of Sullust and the battles within Jabba the Hutt's palace on Tatooine.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's going to be the first paid DLC in March. So we have one free in February, one paid in March.
That's what I was talking about earlier with Boba Fett falling into Sarlacc pit, was because Jabba's palace is coming.
So I'll get into the balance changes here for those of you who are the avid Star Wars Battlefront players.
MLG, Star Wars Battlefront players.
Yes. So the game everybody complained about, the DL-44, Han Solo's pistol.
I love that pistol.
Yeah, it was widely considered the best gun in the game by a large margin. It was nerfed. So the fire rate has gone down to 180 from 250, and the overheating for the DL-44 has been, quote, tweaked.
So basically it overheats faster.
It overheats faster, or probably takes longer if you screw up the Gears of War active reload.
Which I never screw up the Gears of War active reload.
I forget about it. Like, I forget it's there. I'm like, oh, wait, hit X. And then I hit it and I burn myself. So, it happens.
I love the animation for it, though, when he's like...
Yeah, he's like, son of a...
God.
So the other thing people were complaining about was the homing shot, which was a star card perk that unlocks rank 11. So they nerfed it pretty hard. So the lock time has been tripled to 1.5 seconds, up from 0.4 seconds. So before it locked almost immediately. Now it takes a second and a half to lock on.
Is that the proton torpedo thing that you have to shoot?
The thing where if you put it up and it had a little rectangle,
yeah,
and it went beep, 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 and then you shot it. And if you on the screen saw enemy locking on, you're like, well, okay, I'm dead. Yeah, so now you have a 3 times as long to get behind something to not blow up.
That thing sucks already.
Yeah.
So I can only assume that it's even worse now.
Oh no, it's tripled, so it takes 3 times as long to lock onto a person.
It already took way too long to lock onto things.
It took 0.4 seconds to lock onto something before.
That still felt too long.
Well, now you're really gonna hate this thing.
No, I'm never gonna use it now.
So the lock-on distance has gone down by 10 meters, and the projectile speed has been reduced as well. So it takes long
to hit anything.
It takes longer. It doesn't go as far, and it takes longer to lock on.
So basically, now nobody will use that thing because how the hell are you supposed to?
Yeah, everybody's gonna be
hit
using the
anything with
bowcaster.
that? It's either bowcaster or
The cycler rifle. It's the one I always used.
cycler rifle. I'm a big fan of the smart rocket.
The smart rocket's really good.
Yes.
And the heroes and special vehicles have also gotten nerfed. In some of them, not all of them. So, most notably, Boba Fett's missile won't lock on anymore, and his main weapon damage...
His missile didn't lock on before, did it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. I used to just fire that thing and hope.
Nope, it locked on. Well, it won't... Well, you're already practiced now, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You're already practiced for the new way of playing Boba Fett. So the missile won't lock on anymore, and his main weapon damage and the range has been reduced. The wrist launcher's damage radius and damage amount has also been reduced. For other heroes, Han Solo's pistol, that's the weapon used by Han Solo, not the DL-44.
Right.
So they consider those two different things, even though he uses a DL-44.
They're essentially the same thing, but
Yeah,
but
his specific pistol, not everybody's.
It's more powerful if you're playing as Han Solo.
Yeah. So his pistol has had its damage and effective range reduced as well. The ships, the Millennium Falcon and the Slave One, also had their ship health reduced, limiting the chance that someone has an option to kill the entire fighter squadron in a round without dying. And it also removed ship ramming as a viable kill option.
I always tried to do that and I just died immediately. So
Yeah, which that's the change I'm okay with, is the Falcon and the Slave One having
no,
less health.
I'm not fine with that.
Because you could not kill them. They were impossible
Yeah,
to kill.
I know. That's why it's awesome.
Well, it's awesome if you are them, and if you're not them, it sucks.
How much would you love to just be the Millennium Falcon for an entire round?
I was the Millennium Falcon for an entire round very often.
Exactly.
It was great for me, but...
Isn't it the greatest thing in the world?
Well, it got kind of boring after a while, because I'm like, well, I'm not... Like, there's no challenge to it.
Brad, you're in the Millennium Falcon.
You can still...
Who cares about challenge? Care about your childhood.
Yeah, I'm okay. I would like to be in the Millennium Falcon and have a chance to be shot down. So the score you get for damaging AI X-Wings and TIE Fighters in Squadron has been cut in half. The match bonus for Blast has been cut from 1,000 XP from 2,000, but the match bonus for Hero Hunt has been increased from 1,750 from 1,000. So what this means is DICE is tired of people only playing Deathmatch. So they're trying to get you into other things that are not Deathmatch.
The problem is that all the other game modes in that game kind of suck.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's all of the, it's all of the nerfs. Boba Fett, Han Solo, the Millennium Falcon, Slave One, and some XP nerfs and buffs.
Oh, they really kind of focused in on Han Solo and Boba Fett there, if you notice.
Yeah.
Millennium Falcon Slave 1 getting nerfed, too.
Yeah, those...
So
yeah,
you don't want these
I didn't
guys.
even notice that. It's both of their ships as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody's happy that the homing shot and the DL-44 got nerfed. Because those were kind of ridiculous. But, now into some more sad news. Mighty Number 9 was delayed again.
I'm sick of hearing about this game. Can we promise to never talk about this game ever until it's released?
Yeah, it's been delayed for the third time. So if those of you don't know by now, which I'm sure you've heard about it, it's the spiritual successor to the Mega Man series, made by the same guy.
Keiji Inafune.
Yes. Keiji Inafune has updated, it says earlier today, but now that's outdated, it was about 2 days ago, that a number of matchmaking bugs in the game's online multiplayer is the reason it has been postponed from its February 9th launch date.
Brad, you know what I think about when I play Mega Man?
It's multiplayer
Is
components.
God, I hope the matchmaking works.
Yeah.
Why is there matchmaking in this game? Why is there multiplayer?
I have no idea.
Make a frigging Mega Man game.
He wants to make it...
Shovel Knight made a better Mega Man game than you did.
I mean, at this point, he's never going to make a Mega Man game.
Exactly.
A new date was not given, though Inafune said, we expect it to realistically be in spring 2016.
So, like, May.
Yeah, give or take. May, April.
May, April. Yeah.
Mapril, as some of you may call it. Yeah, it's unfortunate. He put out another update to the backers, and he again cited the number of platforms as the cause for the indefinite delay.
That and that game's made in Unreal Engine 3.
Yeah, that's actually what he says. Is the engine we are using is no longer being updated, which means adjustments for matchmaking and online code are being made manually. Unfortunately, this is a result of miscalculations on the part of us, the developer staff. As a result, our fans who have been looking forward to Mighty Number 9 have been forced to wait for over half a year longer than expected, and for that, we are sincerely sorry.
Yeah.
So, what he means by the number of consoles it's coming out on. It's literally coming out on every console ever.
Yeah, I know.
So that for those of you who
isn't it coming out on mobile too?
Yeah, it's coming out everywhere. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, 1, Windows PC, PlayStation Vita, Wii U. It's literally
3DS.
Yes, I think.
I want to say so.
I'm pretty sure it's on 3DS.
If it's on Vita, it's probably on 3DS.
Literally, it's coming to almost every console you could. If you have like I don't know, what's an obscure console, it's probably coming out on that as well.
Probably coming out on the Ouya.
I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, I know, right?
I
forgot about that until the other day. I was looking up a game, and it also came out on the Ouya.
So it's one of the 6 titles.
Yeah.
I actually don't know how many titles.
The Ouya had like 2 games I actually wanted to play on it, which was like Towerfall, but then that eventually came to PS4, so who cares?
Yeah.
The only one that's still there that I want to play is The Amazing Frog.
Why?
Have you seen videos of The Amazing Frog?
I don't know what that is.
It's just a game where you're a frog, and you mess around with physics of the game.
Play Frogger.
No,
You're
it's not like
Frog.
that. It's like you jump on like trampolines and stuff, and like you just you fight your friend and steal a crown from him. Dude, I don't know how to explain it. It looks like the craziest game ever.
Okay. I'm sure it'll get a port eventually.
Yeah, I doubt it, but
one can hope. You could do a fan port if you want.
It reminds me of Goat Simulator, but better. It looks like it has more fun to it.
Oh God, please no, because I don't need another series of Goat Simulator games. Goat MMO.
There's already 3 Goat Simulator games.
I know, it's ridiculous,
isn't it?
Yeah. So unfortunately, no release date for Mighty Number 9. At this point, we can only hope.
And at this point, we will never talk about this game ever again.
Until Mapril, where it comes out again, and it says it's delayed until September.
No, we're not even, if it gets delayed again, never talking about it.
It's done. It's over.
I'm done.
Are you even getting this game?
I was going to, and now I'm ambivalent towards this game. Because I love Mega Man.
It's a big word.
Yes, I know. I got a word of the day calendar for Christmas.
Nice.
One of them was ambivalent.
What does it mean?
It means like you just like you don't care anymore.
Wasn't that apathetic?
No, apathy is when you show compassion.
No, that's empathy.
No, it's empathy. You're right. I don't know what apathy is.
Apathetic is not caring about anything.
It's the same thing.
Vocabulary section, I'm complete with DLC.
Yeah. Don't give me a vocabulary test in the middle of my podcast.
Alright, so now some happy news for you Pokemon players out there. You're getting some free legendaries. Jacob gave me a funny face because he thought I was going to talk about a different story, but that story's coming up later. So starting next Monday, February 1st, players can download 1 legendary a month for any of their Nintendo 3DS Pokemon games. So the first one is Mew. GameStop will offer the Pokemon until February 24th. It'll be available for download for Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X, and Y, and will already come up level to 100. It's going to be valid until May 31st, and that's the code you get.
Do you pay anything for it?
No. It's the same thing they've always done for promotions, where if you go up to GameStop, you can get the free Pokemon.
That's so weird.
Yeah, so Celebi is going to be in March. You get that on the network. Jirachi is available in April. Darkrai is available in May. Manaphy is in June. Shaman is in July. Arceus is in August. Victini is available in September. Keldo is in October. Genesect is in November. And Miletia is available in December.
Jesus, Brad.
Yes, and those are all combinations of either on the Nintendo Network or in GameStop. So if you want to know specifics, there will be a full list of them or a link to them in the description.
Even if I had a 3DS, I wouldn't do this.
Why not?
Because I'd have to go to GameStop.
Well, not all of them. I think about 4 or 5
Well,
of them.
for Mew, which is the one that I really care about.
Is Mew your favorite legendary? Or
Yeah, I guess. Does Mewtwo count as a legendary? Because I thought Mewtwo was kind of badass.
Yeah, Mewtwo's a legendary. He's the clone of Mew.
I understand that. I didn't know if they counted him as a legendary because he's a clone.
Yes, he is a legendary. You can get him in
You know what's so weird is that he's a clone, but he looks nothing like Mew.
Yeah, they didn't do very well. I mean, did you see the other clones, all the Dittos? They didn't do very well with those either.
I just want to see when there's like, kill me.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he is. But yeah, Mewtwo is a legendary. Find him in Cerulean Cave. I retain the weirdest information.
Yeah, that was really odd that you knew exactly where to find him.
You can also get a Chansey in Cerulean Cave, but only in the original versions, not in the Fire Red, Leaf Green.
I remember that one time we were having a Christmas party in first grade. You remember, as you did?
Yes.
Or it was one of those kind of party things. And some kid brought in their Game Boy, and they were playing.
Oh, God.
I want to say Yellow, and they couldn't catch a Pikachu. Guess who's the only one who could catch a Pikachu?
You?
Yep.
Nice. I never liked Pikachu.
Why?
It's not my favorite Pokemon.
Get out.
Not a big fan of them.
Maybe I retained that because I really loved the anime when I was a child.
The anime. You're just trying to make people upset.
I wanted to say it weirdly to see if anyone would say anything, which I doubt they will. But I was really big.
No, they're gonna sit there quietly steaming that you didn't say the name.
I was a big fan of the anime when I was a child, and
it annoys me you just saying that.
And
I'm gonna email the show.
The Pokemon.
The Pokemans.
Yeah.
But here's the story Jacob thought I was going to talk about.
This is the last one of the day?
Yes.
Nice.
There's a game coming out in Japan called The Great Detective Pikachu, The Birth of a New Duo. Which is exactly what it sounds like.
Is he detectiving with a kid?
Yes.
I couldn't tell from the trailer.
Yes, and it seems for the first time that the person is not the main character. He's actually the sidekick. Pikachu is the one doing all the detective work. Which, this is absolutely ridiculous. The game is set to debut in the Japanese eShop February 3rd, according to the trailer. The trailer didn't really say how or when it was supposed to play, or like how and when. How it was supposed to play, or what you're supposed to be doing, or
I just love the
anything like that.
I love the way that little fat guy waddles around. He's got the hat on.
Yeah.
I love Pikachu.
So the game was unveiled back in October of 2013. But back then, the prime antagonist was a rare blue version of Pikachu. That blue Pikachu is not seen in the trailer, and it's not clear whether the story has been changed since it was first released 2.5 years ago.
This game has already been released?
February 9th.
I never even heard
The
of this.
trailer, the first, like the E3 version trailer, was in, was 2.5 years ago.
I didn't even hear about this.
Neither did I, which concerns me.
That's odd.
Yeah,
that this somehow flew under the radar that they were making a Detective Pikachu game.
So it looks like, I guess Tim is the name of the human companion. His name's Tim.
Oh, nice.
He's going to be the sidekick. And I just put a little anecdote here, because that's really all we know about it, is his voice really weirds me out. Not Tim, I mean Pikachu. And the way Pikachu speaks is he does the typical Pika Pika.
Yeah.
But then it's a Japanese man shouting. That is literally what it is. And it's the weirdest thing ever, because you...
Which was kind of racist that I just did that, I just realized.
And it's not racist, it's what he sounds like.
Yeah.
But at first I didn't think that was him. I thought it was like somebody else on the screen.
I thought it was like someone narrating the trailer.
Yeah,
like,
but then
Pikachu was a great detective or something like that.
Yeah, but then
you notice it syncs up with his mouth.
I'm like, that's weird. No, why?
Right. But I hope when they eventually bring this game to the United States, because they will, I hope just the ending of this game is it's been like this murder mystery the whole time. Someone's been murdered in the Pokemon world, like a trainer or something, or whatever, and he's just sitting in a room with like a bunch of billionaires at a dinner party. Pikachu pulls out a pipe, puts it in his mouth, lights up the pipe, and he just says, Pika Pika, Pika P, and points at the guy, and it turns over to him, and everyone's like, and he's like, Pika Pika, Pikachu, Pika Pika, Pika Pika, and he's like, this is ridiculous. How could you think it's me? Pika Pika, Pika P, and then the cops come in and arrest
That
him,
is-
and that's the end of the game. I hope that's how the game ends.
That's gonna be the whole game. Is him just going Pika Pika and like I don't know what he's saying.
That's why it's perfect. That's why it's funny. Because if he's saying Pika Pika and people are just talking to him like he's a normal person, that's perfect. That's the way you need to sell this game.
What was the name of that show? Wilfred, where like his dog was like he saw the dog as a human, but everybody else just thought he was a
Yeah.
normal. That's what this looks like to me.
Yeah.
Which I have. Well, it's weird because it makes me seem like the trailer. He has a normal voice. The Japanese man talking.
I hope they change that.
But either way, it's weird because either it's for the English version, it's gonna be some normal dude just going.
He's like, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, it's gonna be some Sherlock Holmes imitator.
Nah, they should just get Troy Baker to do it.
Yeah.
Or Nolan North, one of the two.
Yeah, they're busy with the 1,700 video games they're doing. Or like I think arguably worse, it's literally just gonna be Pikachu going Pika Pika, and like oh yes, what he said.
That would be great.
Tim is gonna be there like yep.
Which one would you like more? The
I don't want either.
Or the Pika Pika Pikachu.
I don't want either.
I mean, yeah. I guess in a perfect world you don't get either. But if you had to pick one for this game, I think I would, because I think it's funny with him going Pika Pika Pikachu and everyone going.
At least give me. I'll do the Pika Pika thing. Just give me subtitles. Don't pull a Chewy on me where I'm supposed to infer what the hell he's saying.
See, you know what? Perfect. That's a perfect example. Chewie, we all love, but we don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, that's why
R2D2, same thing.
That's why we have Han and Luke, because Luke obviously understands R2D2. And
how do people understand droids? I don't get it.
I don't think they do. I think
You think they just guessed?
yeah, like Anakin and Luke were just like, yep, definitely, I'll get right on that. And R2D2's like, I need an oil change. Like, what are you doing?
I was trying to get the day off. My family is having a birthday.
Yeah. It makes me think that Han has just been completely just guessing.
Imagine if Chewie had just been like the whole time, like, I hate you, Han Solo. I will kill you in your sleep.
Yes.
Oh, you're cold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't have a life bond with you right now, I would shoot you with this bowcaster, I swear to God.
And then you'll notice,
Is that canon now, actually? The life bond?
yeah, the life bond's always been canon.
Is it? Well, I knew it was before Disney scrapped everything. I wasn't sure if that...
I want to say they talk about it in one of them.
I don't
Or
know.
in like a cartoon or something.
They might. I don't know.
If the Star Wars Holiday Special is canon, which I think it is.
We try to forget that that's canon.
Yeah. If the Star Wars Holiday Special is canon,
And the Star Wars Holiday Special.
you mean the complete with DLC Holiday Special?
Yeah. Yeah.
They talk about the life bond between them and Wookiee Life Day.
Yeah.
So.
I think it'd be great if...
Is Wookiee Life Day canon?
I think so. I mean, if
the holiday,
the movie's canon...
If the holiday special is canon, then Wookiee Life Day would
Yeah.
be canon.
So just like I don't think Han Solo actually speaks Shiraluk... Well, he can't speak Shiraluk because that's not possible, but he can understand Shiraluk. I don't think anybody actually understands Pikachu. I think Ash has been just completely winging it the entire time. And if it wasn't for Meowth, we would never have any idea what anybody was saying.
Now, I wonder if... the weird thing about this...
Actually, now that I think about it, Meowth speaks like a normal person. That doesn't weird me out. So maybe the Pikachu thing wouldn't weird me out.
Here's the thing, right? That you gotta think about there. Is that Meowth is the only Pokemon that can speak like a normal human. That means that this Pikachu, this version of Pikachu, is the second Pokemon that can speak like a normal person. Unless there's one that got added along the way that I don't know about.
Not that I know of.
Not that I haven't heard of anything. So far, all I know is that Meowth is still the only one.
His origin story is still my favorite. The episode where he talks about how he learned to talk. Love it. I don't know. I think maybe...
I have a feeling...
The only reason this is... Like, I don't think this is going to weird me out and Meowth doesn't is because Meowth was introduced as a talking Pokemon, where Pikachu is going to transition into talking Pokemon, and that's going to weird me out.
You know what the thing I think is gonna be weird about this, at least, with talking Pikachu. What was I gonna say? I completely lost my train of thought because I was gonna say something and then you talked about Meowth.
Meowth.
Isn't it Meowth?
Meowth.
Meowth.
Yeah, not Meowth. It's Meow. Meow.
No, it's Meowth.
Yeah, Meowth.
Yeah. What was I saying wrong?
Meowth.
Oh, I was doing an F, not a TH sound?
Yes.
That was the big issue you had?
Listen, you need to enunciate. Enunciate the Pokemons.
Enunciate.
Yes.
I forget. It probably wasn't even that important anyway.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was the last story I had, so...
We should... Oh, I remember my point.
Oh,
Thank
Fantastic.
you. I feel like the villain at the end of this is just going to be Team Rocket.
Yeah, probably. I mean, or one of the other 1,700 teams at this point.
What if it's Professor Oak? He's been doing illegal Pokemon.
I mean, he has Alzheimer's, right? Like, he
Genetic-
doesn't remember his own grandson's name. Clearly, the man is sick.
He's been doing genetic experiments on Pokemon.
Yeah, he's actually what made Ditto.
Yeah. He's like, it's like Island of Dr. Moreau. Something like that, but with Professor Oak. I'm just thinking about all the dark ways this game could go.
He's been wanting you to capture all the Pokemon so he has more test subjects.
That's why he tells you to go and catch them all.
Yeah.
Because he just,
Also why he doesn't remember his name, because he hit his head.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just going to kill all these. I'm going to like put like a Pikachu leg on like a...
They made a joke about that
Snorlax.
in the show.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was when Ash caught his Krabby. It cuts to like a phone call he has with Professor Oak, and Professor Oak's saying, "Oh, I'm making dinner." He's like, "You're cooking my Krabby?"
That's odd.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't think about it, but the only Pokemon or the only animals in the world are Pokemon, so that's what people eat.
Are they the only animals?
Yeah, there's no actual animals; it's just Pokemon.
I don't know why for some reason I remember some character having like a cat. But then that could have just been a Pokemon.
Well, I mean, Persian is literally just a big cat, so.
Yeah, that's what it could. I figured. I thought I saw like a regular like size cat.
Oh, I don't know.
That was the thing. Like I don't.
At this point, it probably is a Pokemon. Like
this could be like my child memory.
There's a Pokemon of a damn chandelier. Okay.
So that means that
Chandelier.
Yeah, chandelier.
Yes.
It's called a chandelier.
Yeah, I got those two mixed up.
I think I've never really thought about that. The fact of like if people eat meat in this world.
Yeah. They're eating Pokemon.
Well, you never see people eat meat. They either eat rice balls or in America jelly donuts.
Yeah, or jelly donuts. Which why not just stick with the rice?
Is a rice ball really that foreign to us that we can't handle a rice ball?
Well, it was back in the early 90s, or not? It was what, 96?
It was late 90s. It might have been like 97, 98.
Right. So
something of that
back
nature.
in it's actually that time period. The 90s is my favorite. My favorite anime time period, and something that happens a lot in that time period is they do everything as if Japan is some weird otherworldly country,
and just change.
Yeah, like
stuff.
one of the shows I was watching, they had a cooking challenge. They had to make sushi, and they explain it as this weird thing that's never been heard of before, which is odd because sushi wasn't even in the original show. They changed that for the English release. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, it's from an oriental country, way off the east coast. And I'm like, you can say Japan. It's a country, we know. They had to make soup in the original version, so why they changed that, I have no idea. But
it's like how in One Piece, in the kid, like when they played it on like Cartoon Network or something like that, they took out like all the swords.
Yeah, they took out like the blood and everything.
And guns and... Yeah,
it's weird.
I mean, I get maybe why they take that stuff out, because they tried to aim it as a kid's show.
Yeah, it was done by four kids, and it was put on like Cartoon Network and stuff. So, but
was,
that doesn't make any sense because Yu Yu Hakusho was on. Oh, that was Adult Swim though. So,
yeah, that was
right.
Toonami.
Yeah,
Toonami is where you could play the real stuff.
Yes, it's still going, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Now they can really play the real stuff because it's a part of Adult Swim now.
Yeah, the same robot. I think his name was Tom.
Yeah,
Tom is still hosting,
and he's voiced by Spike Spiegel. I forget how to say the name right. Spike from Cowboy Bebop.
Yep.
Is it Spike Spiegel?
I don't remember. Spike something.
Yeah. Cowboy Bebop's the only anime I've ever really watched. It's like an actual anime besides like Pokemon, I guess.
I always think of... I always mix up him and Steven Seagal, so I think Spike Seagal. I'm like, that's not right. That's not right. But yeah, I'm out of news stories. That's what I had. I had a few other ones, but they weren't as interesting.
I'm out of anime knowledge.
Anime knowledge?
I also have only seen the movie Akira for anime.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what Akira is?
Not by name.
Do
you want to do an anime-centered podcast? So
no, I don't.
Drag this episode on for 2 hours?
I just want to talk really quickly about Akira and what it's about. It's a movie set in... I forget what year it's set in, but it's set in Tokyo, or Neo-Tokyo.
As most of them are.
And Neo-Tokyo is about to explode.
Oh, God.
Because these kids, like, who are like a bike racing gang... two of them find out they have superpowers.
I think I've heard about this, actually.
And one of them go, like, crazy and, like, try to kill people. And the Olympics are about to go on. And it's weird because the year in Akira where the Olympics are going to be in Tokyo, it's actually going to be in Tokyo in real life, the Olympics.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's odd.
How far out do they plan these things? Is there like a roster somewhere where like, oh,
I don't know, because
2032?
Akira came out in like the 80s.
Oh, so yeah, I don't think they have it that far planned out.
No, that's the weird thing. You should watch Akira. It's a good movie. It's Kanye West's favorite movie.
Sweet.
Just thought
We'll do a recommendals section.
Yeah.
No,
what do you recommend to me?
Yeah, I don't recommend anything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a horrible person to ask recommendations for.
So should we move on to...
We should probably move on, yes.
So we should move on to the favorite game show of everyone. Well, that sucked. Welcome to Well, That Sucked. The way the game works is simple. I give Brad 3 randomly selected games from Metacritic, and he has to tell me which one is the lowest rated.
But I will always tell him the highest rated.
Exactly. I can give him no help, except for a brief description of the game if he asks for it. Brad, are you ready?
Sure.
Did you like the pregnant pause I did before I said, well, that sucked?
Yeah, like it was a...
I want to make people look at their phones and be like, is my thing broken?
Yeah. I hate when people do that, by the way, so I'm gonna hate you if I ever have to listen to this episode.
I love doing that. I don't know why. I think it's funny. Round 1.
Round 1.
See if you can figure out the theme. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. Lego Jurassic World.
So Lego games.
Lego Harry Potter Years 1 through 4.
So Lego games that span over multiple titles.
Yeah, it's just different Lego games. I was gonna do this.
Does the Jurassic one span over multiple titles? I don't think it does.
The Jurassic World is all the Jurassic Park movies.
Oh, okay.
So it's Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 2, and Jurassic Park 3. And Jurassic World, obviously.
I've only ever seen the first one. And Jurassic World.
Yeah, you've probably seen all the good ones.
I haven't seen 2
I like Jurassic Park 3.
I've seen
3 is
I've seen parts of 2, but not.
Let me tell you what part you need to see at 2 is the part where the T-Rex takes over San Francisco at the end. That's the one part you need to see.
Great. I don't know enough to actually disprove that. So the 3 Lego games.
And there's a part where a girl does gymnastics to fight a pterodactyl or something.
I believe it.
Or a velociraptor, one of the two.
Yeah, it's either a T-Rex or a velociraptor if you're talking about Jurassic Park.
They've only seen 2 dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's the only 2 dinosaurs they know. Well, the only one I have experience playing is the Lego.
Is the Lego?
It's Star Wars. Yeah, Lego my ego. I think I'm going to go with the Jurassic Park series because I think the Harry Potter one would have been alright. And I think Star Wars, just because I'm biased, was probably the best. I was wrong by the look on your face.
You were right.
Oh, okay. You deceived me.
Yeah, you tell me what it was rated.
83.
72.
Oh, okay. Gave it too much credit.
In second place was Lego Harry Potter. I wrote Harry Potted.
Harry Potter.
I didn't even notice that. Harry Potter Years 1 through 4 was 79, and Lego Star Wars.
It's weird. He's a cabbage in that one.
There was that one scene where they like plant those weird fetuses.
Yeah, they scream. It was.
Yeah.
Weird. I didn't like that one. Wait, cabbages aren't even potted. Continue.
I didn't even think of that. And Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga was the highest rated with 80. I'm surprised they called that game Lego Jurassic World, not just Lego Jurassic Park. I feel like Jurassic Park would be the title you'd want to go with.
Yeah, because when you say Jurassic World, I immediately just think the movie.
Yeah.
Was that released? No, that was released after the movie because it includes it.
It was released at the same time, I think.
Yeah, that's weird. Don't do that.
Yeah. No, note to TT Games, the people who make the Lego games. Title them appropriately.
You have enough money, okay? Come on.
Even if you want to say like Jurassic Park: The Complete Series,
that would be the best.
That tells me that every one of them, isn't it?
Movies 1 through 4.
Even if you want to do that, like Harry Potter Years 1 through 4.
Aren't they all they're all considered like canon, right? Like there's none of they don't discount 2 and 3, right? Or does World only?
World really only references the first one.
Yeah,
but
I'm trying to remember, but
2 and 3 still count. I think
the movie didn't. Jurassic World didn't leave a giant impression on me.
Jurassic World didn't. It didn't either on me. It doesn't really mention them, but like I don't think it completely dispels them as saying that they're not canon.
Fair enough.
Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Even if they weren't canon, they wouldn't be in this Lego game, I feel like.
Yeah, probably. Well, that's not entirely true. Star Wars have games that aren't canon.
Yeah, but they aren't in the Lego games.
Yeah, true.
The only thing that are in the Lego games are the things that are canon.
Yeah,
like
episodes 1 through 6.
Episodes 1 through 6.
And
then
soon to be 7, I'm sure.
And then they did a Clone Wars game.
Yes.
So yeah. Moving on.
Okay.
Round 2.
Round 2.
See if you can figure out the theme once again. Wii Sports. Wii Fit. Wii Play.
Horrible Wii titles. Got it. Actually, no, Wii Sports was okay.
It's basically the way I did it was Wii minigame collections with Wii in the title.
Very specific.
Yeah.
All right, so Wii Sports, Wii Play, and Wii Fit.
Yeah, Wii Fit.
I feel like I should just go with Wii Fit right off the bat because I know Wii Sports wasn't that considered one of the best selling games?
It only is because it got packed in with the Wii.
Yeah. So I don't know anything about Wii Play. That sounds really weird.
I'm gonna let you know. It's a minigame collection once again with really weird minigames in it. But the main reason why this game sold so well, like if you look at it, it's like on the highest chart of the best-selling Wii games, is because it came with another Wii remote.
Oh, see,
So it was
Nintendo was smart.
It was like $60, and you got a Wii remote with it. Pretty solid.
Yeah, and everybody bought it for the remote, I'm sure.
And they were like, "Well, just get this game with it. It's something else to play on the Wii."
I think I'm gonna go with Wii Fit. No?
You no. Wrong. What is the worst was Wii Play? Can you tell me what Wii Play was rated?
I mean, it was worse than Wii Fit. It's got to be really bad, right? Because Wii Fit was not, like, good, if I remember correctly.
Wii Fit wasn't good to us because we don't like to do exercise.
Yeah, true. We're both fat. So, oh, God. That was the impression of me trying to get up.
That was the impression of me just trying to live.
I'm going to go with 63.
58.
Well, okay, even worse than I thought.
The second was Wii Sports with 76, and the highest rate was Wii Fit with an 80.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What? Didn't Wii Sports have, like, bowling on it?
Yeah, I know. That's surprising.
The bowling was awesome. I love the bowling. Well, it's because I was good at it.
I'm going to tell you right now, in round 3, you're not going to get the theme, and I'm going to have to explain it to you.
Okay.
Round 3.
Round 3.
Pocket Bike Racer.
Okay.
Sneak King. Big Bumpin'.
Aren't those all licensed titles? Like Burger King,
Oh, you got it!
Yeah, because I know what Sneak King is. I don't know what the first and the third are.
A Pocket Bike Racer is just a kart racer that has Burger King characters in it. Where you
so they're all
Pocket
Burger
Bike.
King games.
They're all Burger King games, yeah.
Okay.
And Big Bumpin' is a bumper cart game bumper car game where you're in with Burger King characters and your whole thing is to like bump people out.
How many characters can Burger King possibly have?
If I remember correctly,
There's the King and what else?
I remember correctly, they had the King, they had Junior Whopper, regular Whopper.
So literally just food items.
No, Junior Whopper and regular Whopper were characters from commercials.
Oh.
Like when they announced when they brought in the Junior Whopper, they had a thing where
made a character
where the Whopper was literally a man in a Whopper costume.
Okay, come on, guys, stop trying to be McDonald's. Okay.
No, don't get me wrong. These commercials were actually funny because it was a funny idea because it was a man in a Whopper costume where it was just a regular guy. Like you could see his head peeking out, his legs, and his arms. And then he had a son that was Junior Whopper, which was the same thing. But then he had a regular wife. And then, like, it was basically the thing of, like, Junior Whopper would come downstairs, try to do something, and be like, regular Whopper would say no, and he'd be like, "You're ruining my life, Dad."
Reminds me of the episode of SpongeBob where Squidward slept with the Krabby Patty. Like, that was weird.
He slept with a Krabby Patty.
Yeah.
Like, slept with a Krabby Patty?
Yeah,
or just, like, slept in the same bed
yeah,
as a Krabby
like,
Patty?
he had a dream that he had a kid with it. He picked it up, it had weird squid tentacle arms. Unless I'm making that up, but I don't think I am. That's far too vivid for me to make up.
That sounds like a nightmare you had.
Okay, well now I'm weirded out.
Pocket Bike Racer is just like a Mario Kart thing, but take out carts, put in pocket bikes.
Okay, well,
and add Burger King characters and Brooke Burke.
Okay, they need to stop trying to be McDonald's, okay? There's Ronald
They
McDonald.
only made these 3 games. That was it.
They just hit the criteria.
I'm going to say, though, Sneak King looks like the most terrifying game I've ever seen.
It looks
like, imagine
nightmares.
the Burger King coming up behind you and giving you a burger. I'd be like, you're going to, like, drug me and rape me.
They could do a, I don't know what you just kicked, but that sounded painful.
I just banged my heel on the chair. Continue.
What I was going to say was they could replace the Burger King dude in any one of the jump scare games, like Five Nights or whatever, and it would be equally, if not more, terrifying.
More. I think it'd be more.
Yeah, because it's just that weird static face. Like, he's always so happy to see you.
Like, I remember when Burger King introduced breakfast, and their commercials were like the king was in bed with somebody, and he'd hand them a breakfast sandwich.
Didn't they have a boxing game? Burger
No,
King?
they didn't. Oh, they might have a long time ago. I don't remember.
Oh, no. I think that was actually... I think it was a costume thing in... I think it was Fight Night Round 3.
Yes. All right. Yeah.
That's what I was
He was a
thinking.
costume and fighting around 3. I remember that.
My favorite boxing game of all time.
The weird thing is
It's the only one I've played.
the one that's the lowest rated is the one that I would not expect at all. The highest rated is one I'm not expecting at all.
All right, so I'm gonna go with... I feel like they could...
I'm mad because I just basically gave you a hint, but like...
It didn't help me at all.
Yeah. Because you don't know which one to expect.
No, they all sound terrible. But I feel like the go-kart one, the Mario Kart clone, they probably found a way to screw that up really bad. So I'm gonna go with that one.
You're right.
Yes.
But I'm so surprised because that one was like, whenever I saw somebody talking about these games, that's the one that usually gets the best review of the 3.
I would figure sneaking would probably be the best one.
You're wrong on that one, too.
Well, listen, I can't be right
Can
all
you
the
tell me
time.
what Pocket Bike Racer is rated?
Oh, God. 42?
54.
Oh, better than I thought. Usually I'm too generous with these things.
Sneak King is 58.
Okay.
And Big Bumpin' is 68.
Well, how do you screw bumper cars? You're literally
No. Here's the thing, right? How do you screw bumper cars? Exactly. Like, the gameplay's probably fine. That sounds like a mini game and something.
It
That's
does.
not a full game.
It does.
I mean, these games only cost $5 anyway.
Well, I figure, like, with the Mario Kart clone, if you screw up, like, the controls or, like, the carts don't go well or anything like that, the game would be awful. So.
From what I hear, like, it controls fine. The maps are just lackluster.
Oh, okay. So my reasoning was completely off, but I got it right. It's fine.
Yeah. Wasn't it? You win this week.
Wow.
You win these Domino's coupons.
Cool. I get Domino's every Friday.
I get Domino's all the time.
Unfortunately, I'm sick of Domino's. Honestly,
You don't like Domino's?
it's okay, but I can't eat it every week.
I like Domino's.
My brothers like to do like a Pizza Friday kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not my kind of thing.
Not your kind of thing.
No.
What
I don't know why I was reading that.
was I gonna say about Sneak King? Sneak King's basically Metal Gear, but you give people hamburgers. I want to get on a Kodak, and he's like, Miller. He's like, what is it, King?
King.
That would be sweet. If I could go back in time and remake Sneak King, I would make it just a straight up Metal Gear clone.
That would be awesome.
Just when you lose, King.
I actually won this week. This is like the 3rd time I've won.
Yeah. I could have gave you a better prize like these nerds.
I'm good. I don't. I like nerds, but they're not one of my top 3.
They're my favorite candy.
Are they?
Like of candy, like I guess chocolate wise, I don't know what my favorite chocolate bar is.
I don't know what my favorite chocolate bar is either. Now that I think about it.
But yeah, nerds are my favorite candy.
Yeah. So if you want to ship Jacob some nerds, go for it.
I'd be so happy. My mom one time when she went to Atlantic City, I guess they had like this crazy candy store there.
Mm-hmm.
She got this thing of nerds that's like, it looks like the regular nerds box, like the tiny one with like the pink and the purple.
Yeah.
But it was gigantic.
Awesome.
And my mom thought when she bought it that it was full of nerds, like it was just like a strip. I thought it was too. It was like those little boxes that you get like on Halloween and stuff inside of it. So I was so upset. But I put every single box into a baggie, and I basically like filled it like a brick of cocaine. It felt like.
It's like 3 pounds of nerds.
Yeah, like I got like 3 kilos of nerds.
It's like it's like those 5-pound gummy bears. Those things are ridiculous.
Have you ever seen those things?
Yeah,
I kind of want to take on one of those as a challenge.
I feel like maybe I'm just like overly confident in myself, but I'm like, I could eat that no problem.
I don't think I could eat it by myself. I think I'd have to eat it with somebody.
I think I could eat it by
I could
myself.
eat the gummy worm.
The big...
Like the big long gummy. It's easy. There's no like density to it.
Yeah.
With the gummy bear, there's like some density
It's
to
thick.
it.
It's like 6-8 inches thick. It's like...
Yeah. It's long too. Like, because it's about the size of a gummy bear. Honestly, I think that's the size of a regular bear cub.
Probably.
If we're all talking serious.
A lot of tangent in this episode.
Yeah.
And yet I feel like this episode's kind of short. What's our recording time at?
An hour and like 3 minutes.
Oh. Hey, look at that. We finally figured out how to get it down to an hour.
Spiel.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I didn't forget about the spiel.
I didn't know if you were just going to be like, oh, well, that was a quick episode. We're all done now.
Spiel's my favorite part of the episode. I can never forget that.
Is it because the part that you've remembered, like, by heart?
Yes.
Same thing with the intro to Well, That Sucked.
Yeah.
I had to write it down for the first week. Haven't had to read it since.
Yeah, you just get used to it. So, if you have any comments, questions, complaints, or anything you want to say, you can direct that over to email address. That's going to be completewithdlc@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on Twitter to get the most recent updates of when the show's posted, or whether either Jacob or I are doing something fun or interesting, or just doing nothing at all, follow Twitter. You'll get all the updates as soon as they happen. Jacob is very good at updating the Twitter. I'm
Only
not.
when new episodes come up.
Yes.
I don't ever put anything else up unless something happens or like you tell me to put something up.
Yeah. So if you want to get the show directly from its source, you can do that on SoundCloud. We are complete with DLC there as well. That's where the RSS feed is hosted, so you'll get it directly from the source. However, if you don't, you can get it on iTunes or Stitcher or anywhere you find your podcasts. Please leave us a review. We want to hear your feedback. It means a lot to us. We're constantly trying to improve the show. But if you're not a podcasting kind of person, say you just want something to listen to on YouTube for a couple hours, you can do that as well, because every episode, as soon as it's uploaded on the RSS feed, it is uploaded on YouTube. You can find us at Complete with DLC there as well. When we get a streaming service set up, we will be on Twitch, but we will let you guys know when that happens. As of right now, nothing set up, so Twitch it's going to be kind of empty.
Yeah. It's still made, though.
Yeah, it's still there. We're covering all the Complete with DLC bases.
Preliminary follow.
Yes.
Right now.
Jacob, if they want to get in touch with you, where can they do that?
They can get in touch with me on any social media that exists at It's JGriff. ITSJYGRIFF. All the first letters of all those things are capitalized. I notice I never say that, but it's capital I, capital J, capital G.
Well, imagine if you Google It's JGriff, you're going to be the only person who pops up, so.
I would guess so.
Especially on Google Plus. Add him to your circles, guys.
I actually am on Google Plus, but that's mainly because I had to make a YouTube channel.
Everybody's
like
on
my
Google.
YouTube account is It's JGriff, so
Yeah,
it carries over to my Google Plus account.
Yeah, they were smart with that, whereas if you want to do anything, with any of the Google services, you need Google Plus. It just kind of links everything together.
That's weird. That bothered me.
What, the fact that it links
Because
everything?
nobody was using their thing, so they made everyone use their thing.
And they have the power to do so, so.
Yeah.
So.
Brad, if they want to get in touch with you,
Oh, God.
where do they go?
If you want to get in touch with me, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Kalgne, Kalgne.
We heard the origin story of Calgary.
Yeah, it's like I feel bad because when everybody has like an odd name, they always have some cool like origin story to how they got it. Where it was a nickname when I was a kid, or is this, that, the other thing. Mine was just a name randomizer. Like, it's not cool, guys. Don't ask. But you can follow me on Twitch if you want. I do some streams, not too often. But I found a new way you can get in touch with me that'll actually probably be the most effective way.
AIM.
Yes. No. If you want to add me on Battle.net, you can do that. Yes. Battle.net is the platform on which all Blizzard games are.
I know what Battle.net
You don't
is.
play Blizzard games. I figured or maybe someone in the audience doesn't know, Jacob.
I have a Battle.net account because I played Hearthstone on my phone for a week.
Ah, I see. So if you want to do that, it is...
Guess what I am on Battle.net?
What? It's JGriff?
It's JGriff.
Yeah. So if you want to add me on Battle.net, it is Brad1261.
Actually, no. Complete lie. I'm not It's JGriff on everything. I'm something different on my Riot account when I used to play League, which was very short-lived. But I used to play League, and my Battle.net of my Riot account was Ants in My Eyes Johnson.
Okay.
If you watch the show Rick and Morty, you understand Ants in My Eyes Johnson.
Well, I do not. So.
And then
over my head.
My little picture was Ants in My Eyes Johnson.
Nice.
Because he was a man who had so many ants in his eyes, he couldn't see anything.
As the name so states.
I'll show you the clip after.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to get in touch with me, Kalgne on Twitter, Kalgne. If you want to direct a question to me, I'll probably be the one thumbing through the show emails, so just make sure you specify which one of us the question's directed at. Or if it doesn't matter, then you don't have to. If you want us to read anything on the show, make sure you specify that it should be read on the show, either in the subject line or somewhere in the email. If you want anything like names or anything specially omitted, make sure you specify. But I believe that's it. Brad1261 on Battle.net and Kalgne on Twitter. That's it. I'm not a big social media fan.
We did it.
We did it.
We got through another episode.
It's actually down to an hour. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird. We didn't even try to have it happen. It just happened.
I've been slowly chipping away at it. I'm like, how can I get it short without feeling short? And I finally succeeded.
You manipulative SOB.
You didn't even notice. It's awesome.
It's weird because I sometimes feel like we're going along, and then I look at the thing and it's like 35 minutes, and I'm like,
I'm very good at my job.
I can't believe you did that to me. Why is my mouse not moving right now?
Oh, well, now the show's not going to end because Jacob can't end the recording.
You know what? Now I'm going to leave it on.
Yeah,
forever.
great.
It's going to be...
Jacob's mouse breaks.
Another half hour of white noise, but this has been Complete with DLC. I'm Jacob Griffin.
I'm Brad Knight.
And thanks for listening.